Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Horizon 3 speed build, and this particular build is of course for a classic, as you'll have seen from the title, and this is a more recent addition to Horizon 3, the Mercedes 300 SEL, the AMG of days gone by. Really cool looking car. I've always loved this car on Forza, and this particular tune is actually quicker than I would have expected the car to be. Obviously it's going to be quick because every car in the game is quick to some degree, but I didn't expect it to be as quick as it actually is, because this car can actually take on some supercars. Now, the engine conversion that I would recommend goes without saying. Of course, the 1500 horsepower Lambo conversion is the best option for performance. I would recommend all-wheel drive, as usual, unless, of course, you specifically don't want that. But unless you are opposed to it, I would recommend it. As far as the aspiration, of course you want the twin turbo. You do have visual options though on this car. As you can see, I've converted it to the race style kit. You've got the retainers on the boot to keep it shut during racing. You've got the de-chromed bumper, the spotlights, that kind of stuff. That's down to personal preference, of course, as are the rims. So if you don't want that, you could follow this tutorial and change that up. It really makes no difference to the performance. If, however, you like the way this looks, and you just want the tune straight on your car, you can find this tune, like all of my tunes, on my storefront. So just use the keywords down below if you want to get that quickly. But apart from that, all the rest of the stuff is pretty obvious. Of course, increase the power, make the car as light as you reasonably can, without sacrificing stuff like tyre width and that kind of thing, obviously. As far as performance, I said it's fast. Look how fast this thing is. 268 is insanely quick for a car of its age and of its aerodynamic signature. It's not exactly efficient aerodynamically by today's standards. But as well, the acceleration is fantastic, especially for a classic again. As far as the gearbox, it's a relatively simple setup, nothing too extreme. A final drive of 3.05. Then individual gears of 2.9, 1.99, 1.51, 1.2, 0.98 and 0.8. As far as alignment, you know the drill if you've been on the channel before. I've gone for neutral, camber and toe, as I always do. If you want some, of course, you can give it some camber or toe or even caster, but I've opted not to. As far as caster, I've gone for 1 degree, and that's mainly for lower speed maneuverability. But again, if you want to change it for your personal driving style, that's fine. As far as anti-roll, we've got those on 33 and 20, springs on 237 and 194. I actually don't have the ride height as low as possible because it does hinder your benchmark acceleration. If you don't care about having the absolute best numbers on the benchmark, go ahead and lower it. It doesn't really make a huge difference, but it does make a difference nonetheless. As far as dampers, we've got those on 16, 13, 7 and 6. Aero, of course, doesn't apply. And as far as the diff, we've got 85%, so slightly different than usual, on acceleration. I've opted for 0 on decel, but feel free to play around, find what works best for you. Your driving style could well be different to mine. And for the centre split, quite a lot closer to the middle for this car, 65%. If you go more to the rear than that, it will make it, of course, more manoeuvrable at higher speeds, more tail-happy, more drift-happy, but you do lose a little bit of launch. But again, it's down to what you need. Launch isn't everything, so as with all of my tunes, there's plenty of room for variation there if you do want to change it up a bit and suit it to different circumstances, different tracks, that kind of thing. So overall, if you do decide to use either some variation of this tutorial, or of course get it from my storefront, either way, I hope you have a lot of fun with it and enjoy this new car on the game, which is a returning vehicle, of course, to the Forza franchise. But overall, that's it for this tune, and I'll see you guys next time. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.